What's up and welcome to Texas State Brazil Friday Night Hits on this second Friday of the playoffs. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks as always for joining us. Mid-November means that pool of contenders is getting smaller and fast. 26 area teams, 4 wins from Forever Glory, and we kick off tonight in Anderson. Westside on a 7-game win streak hosting Wren in a rematch of the region title they played for just 2 weeks ago. Chase Justice has our game of the week presented by Blue Ridge Electric.
It's a rematch of the region championship game going down out at Westside. As the defending 4A upper state champs, the Westside Rams play host to the Wren Hurricanes. Westside on the quest to get back to Orangeburg for the 3rd straight season, while Wren looks to advance out of the second round for the first time since 2020. We pick things up halfway through the first quarter. First Rams drive of the night, Keelan Powell pounds it in from 5 yards out. Westside takes a quick 6-0 lead. It'd be all Rams after one, up 20-0. Westside back in the red area. Bear Woods to Jacob Lewis on the screen and allow Lewis to do the rest. His second score of the night puts the Rams ahead 27-0. And there would be plenty more where that came from. Call him the law firm of Lewis and Powell, a 2-man wrecking crew. Powell's third score of the contest gives the Rams a commanding 34-0 lead. But if you know Westside, you know they're all gas, no brakes. Woods to Powell on the quick slant. His 3rd time finding pay dirt in the first half alone puts Westside up 41-0 at the break. Moving to the fourth quarter, 48-13 ball game. Wren looking for some more points. Jacob Owings going deep to Caden Hill, who goes up over a couple of Rams defenders. That makes it 48-20. But Westside proving far too strong to keep this one close. Rams have 4th and goal at the 1. Damari Robinson stretches across the end zone as Westside rolls big, 55-20.
You always want to play good at the end, and like Willie Varner told me many years ago, you want your first 5 games to help you reach the last 5 games. So that's why you play those tough games at the beginning.
And this Westside Rams team peaking at just the right time. Winners of 8 straight. They'll put that winning streak to the test against the winner of Camden and Daniel. Reporting in Anderson, I'm Chase Justice, WIFF News 4 Sports.
Thank you. We'll get to Camden and Daniel in just a moment. Gaffney's made at least the quarterfinals in 9 straight years, going a ways down to Greenwood tonight for the second round in 5A Division II. Eagles had a bye last week. Their only regular season loss was by a point back in September. What a game this was. Eagles leading 7-0. Gaffney's Kendarius Peanut Bailey. Rumble, young man, rumble in from 20 yards out. That ties the game at 7. This was a wild first quarter. 14-7 Gaffney. Greenwood's Tristan Lewis, the South Carolina commit. He'll do it himself. 50 yards to the timeshare. That ties the game at 14. We move to the 4th after Greenwood score cut the lead to 3. Gaffney's Banks Boughton looking for Hank Davidson. Hauls it in for a 66-yard touchdown. Gaffney goes up by 10, and they go on to get the 38-31 win, a wild one over the Eagles.
Well, we've been talking about how, there's going to be some ups and downs down here just because of this historic program. And I'm just so happy that the guys are starting to come together and, no finger pointing and all that good stuff, and that we found a way to win tonight.
So Gaffney will play at Northwestern next week. Dorman used to make a habit out of deep runs, hoping to get past the second round for the first time since 2019 against Blythewood. First play of this one. After scoring on their first drive, Dorman's Carter Nash receives the punt around the 45, and my man is taking off the races. Special teams, special plays, special players. A special team score that puts the Cavaliers up 14-0. Dorman piling it on. Contavian Anderson, the Clemson commit, grabbing the pick, activates the game breaker, taking it for a pick 6 touchdown. Dorman rolling over Blythewood 44-13. Vikings rode down to the Midland Spartanburg at Ridgeview in 5A D1. Blazers up 8-0 in the first half, but after Spartanburg snatches an interception, the Vikings capitalized. Trey Burke to Kevion Ferguson over the middle. He is gone. 8-7 game. Spartanburg down by just a single digit. Blazers drive right back down the field. Here's Spencer Bobian keeping the legs moving for a Ridgeview touchdown. The Blazers bounce Spartanburg 29-21. Ridgeview will play at Dorman next Friday in the quarterfinals. Daniel and Camden met for the 3A title 3 times in 4 years between 2020 and 2023. Both now in 4A getting together in the second round on this Friday night. The Lions caught sleepwalking last week. They slipped by a 3-win Dreyer team. And this was all about the Camden Bulldogs, up 31-7 and piling it on Daniel in Central. That's Camden. Grayson rimped into the end zone there. That's 38-7 at that juncture. This was all Camden all the time. They stunned Daniel and end the Lions season 52-14. Camden will play at Westside next week. Seneca similarly struggled last week, but the Bobcats survived in advance. They host AC Flora. Flora's got a 7-0 lead. Seneca's Gavin Toma connecting with Colton Hawk over the middle. That ties the game at 7. Same score later in the first quarter. It's Flora on the move. Roper Wensky handing it off to Jalen Simmons, who powers it in for the Flora touchdown. They beat Seneca 34-21. Emerald rolling into the second round for the first time since 2017, going up to Rock Hill to see South Point. Stallions ball, first quarter. Jazavian Currents back to throw. Oh, he doesn't like it. So he's got a blast down the sideline, and he will not be touched for the South Point touchdown. A great year for the Vikings, but the Stallions roll in Rock Hill 49-0. They will host AC Flora next week. Just 2 weeks ago, Greenville and Teal-Hanna played one of the games of the year. 27-24 Teal-Hanna win at the buzzer on a walk-off kick return touchdown. Getting together tonight.
Happy birthday,
We got birthday wishes to go around. Hannah hasn't lost since week 0. Red Raiders, a dramatic improvement in year 1 under Scoot Watson. Hannah's pitching there to Brock Cole, 50-plus yards, tackled at the 1. That led to a touchdown, and Teal-Hanna's up 7-0. Now it's Hannah on the move again. Jamirian Oliver into the end zone, 14-0 Yellow Jackets. And Teal-Hanna piling it on. Gavin Megan to Walker Kelly. It's 21-0 at that point. And Teal-Hanna takes care of Greenville 38-14. Yellow Jackets' terrific season continues.
Thought our kids came out fast and strong and built an early lead, and were able to capitalize on it. Ready to celebrate for our team, 24 hours, and get ready to play whoever won on the other side.
So Teal-Hanna will host the winner of Hillcrest and Indian Land next week. Let's show you that game right now. The Red Hot Rams of Hillcrest, 5 straight wins by an average of 31 points per game. They went to Indian Land in 5AD2. Hillcrest trailing 20-10 to start the second half. Warriors got the ball. Matt Kusha steps up, throws a strike to Hayden Morris. He takes it the remainder for the 76-yard touchdown. Hillcrest season comes to an end at Indian Land. The Warriors are moving on 40-10. They will go to Teal-Hanna next week. Burns Rebels hosting Rock Hill. Burns Trace Segarra averaging 180 yards a game on the ground over the past month. But in the first quarter, it's Burns down 7-0. Segarra out of the Wildcat. He fumbles it. The ball bounces around. Telshard Kirkland, the big man. It's a scoop and score. That ties the game at 7. Second quarter, Kane Rogers looking for who else? Trace Segarra. Falls in the end zone for the touchdown. 14-7 Rebels at that point. And Burns, they get a 37-21 win over at Rock Hill. They will play either Boiling Springs or Dutch Fork. So I'll show you that one now. Why don't we? Everyone chasing Dutch Fork in 5A. The Silver Foxes have won 8 of the past 9 titles. Tough spot for Boiling Springs. Dutch Fork looking for a 4th consecutive state title. First drive, that's Kyle Henry into the end zone. Foxes up 6-0. Boiling Springs trying to answer on third down. Emery Logan heated up, feeling the heat. He's going to roll out, evades the pressure, throws up a prayer, but TJ Gibson showing up to disagree. The INT, and the Silver Foxes keep it moving 42-7 over Dutch Fork. We've hit halftime here on Texas State Brazil Friday Night Hits. Still have 3A, 2A, and 1A to show you tonight, including our 2 defending state champs. But first, another mix of our favorite mic'd up moments this year.
Let's go! Woo! If you're inside out, that ball bounces. Where can we not put it? In the middle. Come on.
He's supposed to be a get-back coach. If he gets in your way, just trip him, all right?
Throw your hands up. Throw your hip into him.
Hey, good discipline. Good discipline. We're getting better, y'all.
All 3 blocks you had right there, that's an awesome job by you.
I saw you from flat to lead blocker. You took him in the paint.